Welcome to UWS Weekly, a show that is dedicated to covering United Women's Soccer, a national pro-am league with your host, Jonathan Ward. Each and every week, we will highlight players, supporters, and staff at the clubs we all pride ourselves to support in North America. The UWS is a league that is committed to advancing women's soccer. Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to episode 10 of UWS Weekly. I'm your host, John, and I'm excited tonight as I have the opportunity to talk to two amazing women involved in our game. First, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to you Carrie Taylor. Carrie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening. How are you doing?
Well, first of all, thank you for calling and inviting me while I was on my run. Happy to be here. I'm doing fantastic, and just want to say a big thanks to UWS and NISA and Club 9 Sports for all the fun stuff that's happening in my life right now.
Yeah, lots of exciting news today and last week. Carrie, can you, for the people who don't know who Carrie Taylor is, can you give us a quick background of you as a member of this community?
Yeah, sure. I have been in and around and involved with coaching and being a club director within the game of soccer for 30 plus years. Born and raised in Michigan, former college player at the University of Michigan, technical consultant for the Jamaica Women's National Team. Had the wonderful opportunity of working with Landon Donovan and the USL San Diego Loyal team that launched last year. I've worked on a MLS project that didn't go through in San Diego, and yeah, just kind of spent my whole life coaching and making my career out of the game that we all love.
So, Carrie, what does the announcement, the alliance between NISA and the UWS mean as it relates to the landscape of professional women's soccer?
That's a great question. First of all, it's I don't want to overstate it, but it's pretty remarkable in the sense that the synergies between NISA and UWS and the need for more opportunities for women within the pro game. So it's a big step. There's a lot of hoops that still need to be jumped through. We'll be applying for sanctioning for U.S. soccer, but it's an opportunity to take all the great things that UWS has done over the years and partner with and align them with the innovative ideas of NISA and provide another pro league for women, which hopefully will complement the existing pro league and not compete, but the hope is to collaborate and just create more opportunities overall to advance women's soccer in the U.S.
Sounds like a plan. I'm really excited about that. Carrie, can you kind of give us some idea or insight into your role that you are taking in this effort as we as a community look forward to 2022?
Yeah, so, I'm not really good on titles, but they gave me a title of managing director. For people to understand, you don't just say, hey, we want to go pro. There's a huge application process. Part of my role will be working on that and putting together the paperwork and all the, crossing all T's and dotting all the I's, along with other people. It's not just me. I'm kind of, maybe the face, kind of organizing people, but I'll be working with people from great people from UWS, and existing teams and UWS, new teams that will be going through the application process. I'll be talking with all of those clubs and assembling all the necessary paperwork, and there's deadlines to make, but we're really confident that we can do all that needs to be done, and the hope is to get pro sanctioning for 2022.
And last but not least, Carrie, I couldn't let you leave without asking you what you're most excited about as it relates to this project.
You know, I'm old, so I've been around a long time, and you know, I play after I graduated college. I played in a league called the UWS and you know, like literally, I remember getting offered $20 for gas me for an entire season of play. So, you know, building upon all of the leagues, the pro leagues that have happened before, and building upon the momentum and the great soccer that we have here in the U.S. for women, you know, being given the opportunity to, again, partner with great people to provide an additional platform for women, you know, that really speaks to my heart. I'm super excited. You know, this is going to provide opportunity not only for more women players, but for more female coaches, for more front office staff, hopefully for more female owners. You know, we're trying to make her story, not history, but her story, and that excites me. And you know, there's a lot of great people involved in this project. There are tremendous women's teams out there who have already been, you know, inquiring, and I'm just honored and thankful and grateful for the opportunity.
Well, we are really grateful and thankful that you are here with us this evening, giving us some insight into this project and this path and journey that we're on together, Carrie. And we look forward to having many more conversations as we get closer to the 2022 season.
Yes, anytime. Just give me more heads up next time.
Thanks for joining us, Carrie. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for all you do. Keep spreading the love about women's soccer. Really appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and since we've had Carrie on, a reminder of what we're endeavoring and what we're stepping into as we go into 2022. A short video for you to get hyped. All right. And we are back. So tonight, the show is dedicated to the Atlanta Panthers. I'm excited about tonight's guest, to say the least. She is a freelance writer, a director, a cinematographer with 2 short films under her name. In fact, her company, Bernie Beale Films and Production, along with Divine Unity Media, who distributed both of those films. Please welcome Atlanta Panthers SC owner, Bernie Beale. Bernie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us this evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for the opportunity. How about yourself?
Oh, every time we can talk WOSO is great. And I'm so excited because tonight's actually special, seeing that this is an inaugural season for your expansion club. And I kind of want to get into that. But first, before we begin, what are some of the positives? We had 2 days of information, a lot of information from the AGM. What are some positive things that you took away from that 2-day experience?
The positives that I took away from the experience were how to effectively organize my team, how to market the team on the various social media platforms, as well as just getting the ball rolling.
Well, it's exciting. We're excited to help you with that as well. Tell us how you got started in the game that we all love.
I got started in the game that we all love by enrolling my daughter in various soccer programs from the age of 5 up until the age she was 16 years old. And then also wanting to be a volunteer coach for my local community as well as different schools.
And then, so what got you interested or motivated to start this club, this wonderful opportunity. Women's soccer has not been in Atlanta for some time. It's coming back now with the Atlanta Panthers. But what interested you and motivated you?
What really motivated me to start a club was, like you said, the lack of women's soccer and the opportunities that women have in the Atlanta areas. Compared to my hometown in Maryland, where I saw different age ranges of women dedicated to playing soccer. And you drive down the field and you always see a woman on the soccer field. And so when I moved to Atlanta, I was looking for soccer fields or soccer teams to play, and I didn't see any.
So how great is it to see the expanding like it has? We've seen a lot of teams added, yours included, you being one of the new expansion clubs to the UWS. But what did you think about the announcement regarding the league and its alliance with NISA and professional soccer for women?
I really thought that was a great opportunity with the UWS merging with or expanding with NISA. And it's an awesome opportunity for women to continue playing at a higher level, and the great opportunities that they probably have to offer women either on the field or inside the organization.
You've brought in a great coach who knows Atlanta soccer really well with Ron.
Yeah.
How hands-on are you going to be with the roster of the club, and is Ron going to help shape it?
Ron is going to help shake it, yes. The only thing that I wanted was at least one woman to coach on the soccer field. And I just I just attended the soccer tryouts and just introduced myself to the players and myself to the new coaches. For everything else, I really left up to Ron.
That's awesome. We're really excited about it. So let's get into some questions regarding the Atlanta Panthers. I know this is an exciting time for you and your family.
Yes.
What is the overall mission of the club?
The overall mission of the club is basically to inspire women and to empower them to continue playing the best sport ever.
And what is the goal for the Atlanta Panthers Soccer Club in its inaugural year?
Hopefully this year for the team to play a full season and to get fans in the stadium, hopefully.
Well, we do know that you have one fan. In fact, Joe, who is our producer, was the very first person to register as a VIP member, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That's awesome. Way to go, Joe. Already bringing community in. So what drew you and the organization to the UWS?
The UWS and I have been in contact for several years, and I was very impressed how dedicated they were to women's sports.
What is it like as a club to get players to try out? You obviously were posting to social media and so forth. And what is it you guys are looking for in players who are trying out for your club?
First of all, it was exciting to see several women being interested in attending the tryouts. And then we are looking for women or players who are committed, number one, competitive, and willing to be positive or make a positive impact on the field as well as in the community.
So, Bernie, what is going to separate your club from others who are in the league?
Hopefully, we could inspire young women or young girls to reach that next level, whether it's professional or the Pro-Am League.
What impact do you think your organization will have on local youth leagues in Atlanta or even in the region of the Southeast that you're in?
Hopefully, we could work with the local soccer communities, their area, the Georgia soccer, maybe reach out to the Girl Scouts, because I know you have some Girl Scouts who play in soccer, see if they're interested. Also, maybe adopting a school, and also try to promote soccer in the African American community as well.
Have you found the process of starting the club to be easy?
That's a good question. No, the process, it wasn't easy at all. And basically because the Panthers was the first or is the first team in the Southeast region. And the process was kind of long.
What advice would you give other women who are looking to start an organization?
I will actually advise them to be patient, number one. Do your research, communicate with other team owners, and also reach out to maybe the presidents of the organizations, as well as attending soccer games and just get a basic idea of how it's structured.
And then my last question before we get into some hot seat questions. This year's been difficult for all organizations throughout the world. What have you taken away from this experience, both positive and perhaps negative, as it relates to trying to work around COVID regulations and even COVID itself?
Well, this year has been very hard for the country, period. The positive outcome that I will say that I've taken is that I've seen players still interested in playing during this COVID time. And I would advise people to wear your mask, wash your hands, and just try to stay positive.
It's an awesome thing. In that, there's so many things going on, right? In terms of the regulations and what they're telling us to do, and mask wearing and hand washing. And so it's really important that people remember that, keeping distance and using space. I know a lot of the clubs and leagues here in California have implemented, if they're indoors, using CO2 monitors. So there's been all these regulations and things to make it go forward. All right. So we're going to get into some hot take questions here. You're going to be in the hot seat. We're going to ask a few questions here. Quick rapid fire. My first one is, what is your go-to seasoning on your food?
I would say garlic seasoning. That's
now being that you are from Maryland and now in Atlanta, I have to ask, Cajun food or crab cakes?
Crab cakes.
Favorite team outside of the Atlanta Panthers?
The Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh my goodness. Who's better? And then my last question, who's the GOAT? Is it MJ or is it LeBron?
You want me to really answer that question?
Who is better, LeBron or Jordan?
I'm gonna have to go with Magic Johnson. That's my favorite of all time.
And then my last question for you: the Super Bowl is this weekend. Who wins, Chiefs or the Buccaneers?
The Chiefs.
All right, fair enough. Hopefully that is my son is in the background. I can hear him screaming. Yes. Let's talk about the community.
Yes.
Well done. You made it through the hot seat. I know I can see it got you a little flustered, especially the first question out. How big of an impact will the community have on this organization?
I hope that the impact will be huge because, first of all, the Atlanta Panthers, it's a new team in the area, and we are on the rise to take charge and to win.
And then I have to ask this, the show's developed and it's about community. We are one giant community of women's soccer. What does community mean to you, Bernie?
Community means to me is being dedicated, promoting health and awareness, especially during these difficult times. And it's also bigger than sports.
So that leads me to the next part. This part is Beyond the Pitch. It's a segment that's dedicated to highlighting UWS communities doing awesome things away from the field. And it could be anybody from a supporter, club staff, or a player who's doing awesome things to support their community or club. Bernie, being a new club, I want to ask you, and I want to have you on because I feel like having this opportunity to talk to your community and those that are going to be supporting you, since the club is new to the community, how will it work to partner with members in its direct community or even outside of of Atlanta?
I plan on partnering with probably the faith-based communities. Um, uh, I'm trying to think, whatever else community who we could get in contact with to maybe feed the hungry or something like that, or getting involved in the schools. But it's kind of difficult. Hopefully we could do that because of COVID and everything and all the rules and regulations. But that's my main goal, and just to make an impact and for young women to see that we are out in the community, not just on the field.
Well, Bernie, I really appreciate you taking the time to join us this evening. I know you've got it's late there in Atlanta. I know you've got other things to do. We really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with us about the Atlanta Panthers. And we are extremely excited to have the opportunity to work with you to get things moving. Joe and myself, for sure. And whatever we can do to support you, please make sure to reach out so we can help you get this club and make sure it is the most successful club that Atlanta deserves.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bernie. Have a great rest of the evening.
You too. Take care.
Thank you to our partner, Techni Football. Techni is an app to help players develop strong training habits on their own time through repetition, tracking, and competition. Former U.S. national team and professional player Yael Averbush puts out a new training session every week with guest players and exciting new challenges regularly. So make sure you check it out in the App Store to get a free 7-day trial. I want to say thank you to this amazing community of individuals for making UWS Weekly a part of your weekly traditions. You can follow all things UWS and UWS2 on their social media pages and send your questions for future shows as well. So until next Thursday, have a great evening and a fun weekend. Cheers, everyone.